Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to what is going to be a very unusual video. This is recorded directly, it's not streamed. There is an event going on Gleeb's community server for space engineers, where his community season, the server is about to come to an end. The previous season that we had, we did an event where there was, an unusual enemy faction that created a bit of a storyline for his server. For those of you who've seen the behind-the-scenes streams, you know exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, well, this is it. We are standing aboard the Armadine. I have constructed her in my own private server. It wasn't originally for this purpose. She was built as a purpose-built warship, just something I was playing around with and thinking of putting up in the workshop as a blueprint. She's not normally this badly damaged, if you want to call it that. This is just for this particular server. So we've done quite a bit of preparation for this. Last night we went and we have two versions of the ship. One is currently sitting on the planet underwater, waiting to be found. This one is going to be doing what we call the crash. It's going to come in through atmosphere and drop down and fly over one of their bases and essentially just plow straight into them. We are reintroducing Rat, or the Pirates, or Pirates, whatever you want. It was the faction that I played as the enemy faction for the community, to give them something to fight, something to play against. So essentially the rules are quite simple. I play in admin mode, running around creating things, because I'm doing this on my own. Gives me the ability to create what we need for the story and just do things without having to spend a lot of time in the background mining and building entirely on my own. It's usually somewhere between 6 or 10 people playing in Gleeb's faction at the time. So it's essentially, 6 to 10 versus 1. So I need a little bit of an edge to keep myself competitive with them. So anyways, this is the Armadine. It uses quite a few mods. The original version of it uses the Northwind mods for the main battery. Quite impressive when she's in combat. I tested it out and it looks amazing. This version is a little bit more vanilla because the server that Gleeb's playing on doesn't have all of the mods. It does have the Poo Creed mod, which is great, or Arcanus, whatever you want to call it. So that's what these reactors are. We have jury-rigged quite a bit of the ship because we took a lot of it apart last night and refit it to work. Server. This ship has 2 decks, top and bottom deck. Sorry, we are sitting in Glebe server, so everything's a little bit hinky right now because, we've got 2 ships that are currently doing nothing. 2 massive ships. One's buried partly in the planet's terrain, and one's sitting in orbit. It's definitely interesting, and you might actually hear Glebe in the background because he is streaming currently, and I'm watching him. So we'll make our way down the corridor. It's a fairly long and I will give you a bit of a small tour of the Armadine as she exists in Glebe server. So we've got the bridge here, which is where we started. There's not a lot of information on this bridge because this ship is going to be deleted once it completes its crash. So we don't 100% require it. We head down further to the nose of the ship. See why I have called this a designated ship. Quite impressive, actually. Dun, dun, dun. And down we go. So this area is towards the ship's main airlock. We will Well, I mean, it's obviously just an airlock out in space. It goes both sides, port and starboard. Oh. Why is that happening? We just lost pressure. Not 100% sure why. Oh, okay, so that particular room in between the airlocks doesn't have an air vent, so it doesn't usually get pressure. So here we are outside of the ship. We've got a thruster here that when I was designing the ship, it was built to ensure that, in combat, no one tries to board the ship, because this ship is constructed entirely out of heavy metals on the outside. So grinding through them during combat is going to be difficult. The best option to get on board the ship to disable it is through the airlock, if you can find it. In order to prevent that, it's quite simple. Just by thrusting backwards a bit, you can burn away anyone trying to board. We have a lovely little ram bar right here at the front that, with a bit of hope, will send the ship careening through another ship. Here we have insets for... I originally have missile launchers here on the nose of the ship, where it could, one of its first things it does as it reaches combat range is send out a barrage of rockets. In place of these assault cannons, we had 100mm guns from the Northwind set, and then we had the 203s sitting here in super firing positions. We had 30mm, 30mm cannons sitting on top of these for point defense. Obviously, we can't do that here because, mod doesn't exist in the server. As you can tell, the ship has suffered significant damage as per the story. We've got solar arrays built into the hull. This is our rear-facing engine mount, I guess you want to call it that. And there's a massive hole in the middle for some reason. Not sure why. The original version of the ship only used the 2 large hydrogen thrusters at the rear. She did not have hydrogen thrusters anywhere else, as it was completely unnecessary. She's got a fairly sizable ion thrust, and I have no real intention of dragging her down into an atmosphere. We have modified this version of it so that this one can keep itself afloat in the atmosphere, allowing for the crash today, but that is about it. In a few minutes, Glebe will announce when the whole event begins, and we will be following this predetermined crash path. The Glebe set up a course for the ship to follow. And as it gets closer and closer to the base down there, it will come into range. We've got a beacon set up that will be pulsing, reading IFF failure, meaning, you can't tell if we're a friend or foe. Aside from that, everything else seems to be working okay at the moment. We are definitely going to be testing the integrity of his server today. Because this ship is going to be hitting the ground, hitting the water, because this is the Ares at War mod that he's running on his server. So instead of an ice-covered planet, it's actually a water-covered planet. Pretty good. So, I will cut to when we are about to begin the descent. It will all be recorded for everyone to enjoy and watch. What I will do now is we will quickly go down and have a look at... I'll do a quick tour of the one that's already on the bottom of the ocean. I don't know why I'm going back into the ship. We don't need to do that. I am in admin mode. So we want to find Armadine. This is the Armadine 2, just so that I could tell them apart. Initially they were called other things, but we changed that up so that you didn't have to have... that way if Glebe had to enter the entities list on server, there wasn't indications that something's going on, because it was freaking obvious that things were happening. There it is. This is the Armadine on the surface of the planet. And my beacon is off, so nobody can know that I'm here. Oof. That's some... Sorry. Game's just being a little hinky as we get down to the ship, which is fine. It seems a bit dark, but that's because, we're underwater. This is how the water mod works at present. There's oopsie daisies. I mean, just trying to turn off signals. Game is not liking me right now. Right, so we've buried her in the surface of the water, which honestly, it just looks amazing. This one is far more damaged than the original that's currently sitting up in orbit. We've gone through and made sure that there's quite a bit of degradation on the hull. Weapons impacts, all sorts of stuff. It's really glorious. So here we go. I'll turn my lights off so that... Ooh, what the heck? That we can appreciate the interior lighting, which has all been set up for mood lighting. What is going on? Why? Whoa! Okay, the server is definitely struggling right now. Oof. Alright, that's cool. Yeah, it's definitely having some issues. There's a lot going on that it doesn't really completely know how to handle. So we'll head up to the bridge and I will show you guys exactly what I've done. Because this version of the ship contains lore for the story. Okay, we're going to struggle to get through there. Where am I? I do apologize for the weird. As I said, it is struggling a bit, and I don't understand why I'm perpetually streaming something. What am I doing up here? So the lights have been set up on a timer block so that they intermittently fail, leaving the entire ship in just a rather cool looking red alert state. There we go. You'll notice quite a few differences between this version of the ship and the one that's up in orbit. There's some different paint jobs on the wall. The one in orbit won't ever be seen by others except for here on the recording, which is going to go up on. In here we have readouts when they come online again. There's a damage control readout, ammo storage readout, an artificial horizon, and so on and so forth. Seems that oh no, stream's running. I thought for a moment that crashed. In here we have data pads. So these are lore logs for them to read as they go through. We got all of these set up last night so that everything's ready to go. There's some more bookshelf back here for them to have a look at. Got 3. Oh, okay, so last night when I created these logs, one of them got eaten by the server and I had to recreate it. It would appear that with the server restart, it has actually come back. That's why there's 2 of these after action reports. So that's okay, we'll just leave that there. We're going to say it's a duplicated report. Hi, Fishy. How you doing? A fish in the ship. That seems perfectly normal. So let's keep heading down over the dead engineers. I'm actually pretty proud of this. This looks really, really cool. On the top deck, we don't have a lot of internal anythings. The original ship has quite a bit. There's a lot of crew access areas. They were all stripped out for this version of the ship so that things were just a bit smoother. It didn't take up so much sim speed time. The hope is that... So, this is engineering. At least what's left of engineering. You saw engineering before on the other ship. It is full to the brim of engines. As I said before, no one will ever see that version. Eek! I'm over here now. No other version of... Sorry, no one will see that version of the ship. This is the one that they will see and they will explore. This actually looks really, really cool. Because, you know, it's just ambient lighting and at red alert. And the complete back end of the ship is just obscured by fog. There's nothing here to be seen. Really, really cool. I love it. See the engine mounts. Missing a hydrogen thruster. It is all just destroyed, which is awesome. We've got main power set up on batteries and a small reactor just to keep things going for the stream, so that when it's time to do all of this, you know, there's still power, and they've got the ability to explore the wreck. Aside from that, everything should be working fine. Go back down this corridor because down here are some crew access areas and a little area that I will be hiding in when this is all complete. Once the crash has happened, I will seek shelter here on this ship. In the cryo room, which is not too far away, we've got medical access here. This is actually from the original ship as well. It's all obviously depowered for the moment. We also have the CIC through there. That's a secondary CIC. We've got the bridge on the top deck, a CIC down here, and across from there is our cryo storage. This is where I'll be hiding. This door will be removed, and one of these walls will be put in its place, just to keep people from being able to get at me specifically. Then I will be hiding in one of these cryo tubes. That is the plan, at least. And as we know with space engineers, not everything ever goes according to plan. It's a monumental pain in the ass. And right now, Glebe is explaining the PLOT device. It's something he builds for every time something story-based is going to happen. And he is showing previous screenshots of what's going on. Okay, so we will cut to when the descent begins. That way you guys can watch the descent as it happens. For the people who have seen this on stream, enjoy the back end look at everything. And I will see you as we begin to crash. We're about to begin our descent. Glebe and his group are sitting in their Discord, happily waiting. They are aware of what's coming. So we shall begin descent through the planet. Now, mostly screwed ship. My taskbar is all set and ready. So it will look like we're coming into crash. The game seems running fairly smoothly at the moment, which is fantastic. We've got a lot of crash path indicators here. I'm going to skip the first couple because I noticed last night that if we come down exactly on the path, we come down too soon. So we're going to glide over the path instead of, and our hydrogen is off, so we need to fix that. Got one hydrogen to make all of the backward facing. Got some going on here. Low, there we go. All the backward facing thrusters are actually off, so that we don't have it trying to slow us down. Yes, it is thrusting. Alright, we are full steam ahead for the crash event. Now, I will record this from start to finish so that everyone can see what's going on and how this is going to happen. Should be pretty freaking glorious. We will be making micro adjustments as we get closer to the surface, just to make sure everything's smoothly. I'm going to try and get ourselves oriented perfectly with the crash point. So once we hit maximum speed, I'm going to ease off the throttle and we are going to coast down because we don't have anything stopping the ship. All of the best thrusters are off at the moment. It's good for us, bad for the ship. Whoa. I wanted to try and get a view. What the hell am I looking at? Sorry. The game is having a few issues, it would seem. Try and get away from that. We were inside of there. Okie dokie. So this is where... that is the base that we're aiming for. But we're not going to actually end up there. We are going over there. 4 kilometers away from their base. Well, 3 kilometers or so. That is where you will find the already crashed version of the ship. No one here yet knows. So everything should be okay. As you can see, there are people surrounding the base right now. There are a couple of people up in the air. So not 100% certain if this is going to be a shoot 'em up event or just some kind of other event. All right, let's get back to the ship. Where we're at, we are definitely at full speed. We are on course for path point 3. Now, Glebe very kindly provided us with gravimetric readings as we're going down. So each point, as you can see, will have their gravity pull reading attached to it as we're going down. So that's really, really. We've got to make sure that we're, floating relatively well in the atmosphere on our way down. We are going to use a lot of our hydrogen. The ship is fully fueled, but most of that will be gone by the time we hit the planet's surface. In addition, there are a couple of other surprises that I haven't mentioned yet that will be happening as we get closer to the surface. And experience that both in the stream and in this particular video. We are 4 kilometers until our point 3 path. And I will go radio silent for a little bit as we get closer to the planet. Actually, I've just noticed that we're falling out of orbit way too quickly. Something is wrong. Oh, dampeners are off. Oh my gosh. I completely screwed that, so we need to go back up. That was almost a fail. We need to hit that GPS point as quickly as possible, just to make sure that we remain on course. As I said, we were trying to do this so that we're above, of course, not below it. If we are below it, we will hit the ground. And that will just cause so many. I can't believe I did that. So silly. And boom. Okay, so gravity shall be our force adjuster here. We are nicely above our projected course again, which is great. So now we need to go down. Gravity will even us out and pull us back down towards the planet's surface. The hydrogen thrusters we have at the moment are designed specifically to keep us in, well, a relatively level glide path. Gotta wait for ship to slow down because we thrust it up a bit too much with the time dilation. I forgot to account for that. We have 11 kilometers to path point 4. Let's find out what Glebe and his group are doing. What I should do, up on stream, that everyone can, sorry, up on recording so that everyone can see what's going on. Browser capture. Chrome. Sorry, I'm just altering some stuff in OBS so that really. New browser source. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Cancel that. Okay, sorry about that. Capture maybe? Maybe, we'll see. Specific window. Oh, doesn't want to do it. Only going for game capture. That's. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about this. I'm not the greatest when it comes to FPS. Oh, what happened there? A little bit of lag. Right, we need to make sure that we are on course. I've gone off course a little bit because I was busy with OBS. So we'll bring ourselves down to glide over the top of the crash path point 4 at 20 G. That should keep us nicely on course. I'll keep watch of that out of the corner of my eye because we've got 6 kilometers until we hit that point. I apologize for lack of audio. That is because I have to have time. Window caption. There we go. We want me, yes. There we go. So we want that audio. Application. So this way everyone can sort of see what's going on.
Okay, 16 clicks. Oh no,
we shall full screen this
and so how many people are there
unlock
at the moment?
preview.
Too many.
6.
Shrink down.
Well, sorry, 5.
This.
Although,
just so that it's.
somebody needs. We all need to friend up Phoenix.
Okay. We are 2 kilometers from path point 4.
He has applied to.
You guys can. Background. Be able to see ship come in at the same time. Oh, the only thing I've noticed is when I'm tapped in,
he's just started.
Chrome seems a little weak. What I might do is go and listen to
something is
audio.
shooting.
Bit busy at the moment.
Just so that you're not having right now it's up so that we're just over path point 5. Don't shear or anything ship unexpectedly. Phoenix airfields. There are quite a few people online in the server right now. Everyone is sitting down at the trade union base waiting for me to arrive, essentially. This is actually pretty cool. This is fun. I really enjoyed doing this in the previous season. Giving them some storyline and some stuff to do. Quite a bit of fun. Glebe has almost reached the base of interest, which we are going to go flying over the top of.
I was on the other side of the system.
Now, if I've aimed this correctly, we don't need much more course correction. We are right where we need to be and on point. Because that one's so far away, as we get closer, you will notice that we are further than we need to be. I shall go radio silent again, just let you listen to the stream's audio as we go down. For now.
Phoenix Airfield tonight.
It's after TIFF.
Did you say so?
And the problem is, it will not let me those pieces.
Potentially automatic.
I think I need to.
Right. Yeah.
It's frustrating.
called us all here lots of times, and we brought our big ships and everything, so that means there'll be no fighting whatsoever.
Did I say there'd be fighting?
It was a plan.
I have streamed everything in.
Even that.
Yeah, I'm not going to try the. I'm not going to try doing the camera.
You already said you would. If you don't, you're breaking your promise.
Yeah,
Where'd
but
you bond?
sister, things are not positioned favourably.
How do you mean? You tried landing frontways like 5 times.
That was one extended attempt.
Oh, besides Magma City. You're on the runway, so you... Actually, no, you'll do better. With a plane in the middle of the runway, you do perfect. Try it.
At least you'll have something to aim for.
Yeah, unfortunately, due to the nature of space engineers, there are going to be some shaking, glitchy stutterers. That's just how the game is at most times.
What happened the last time you called somebody?
It's just the game loading in things as we get closer to. Concerned about it. I apologize for it in the video, but there's really not. I would like to be able to cut it out, but that would mean that we'd
Yeah,
specific parts of the
all the way
video.
across the safety. I don't think
Yeah.
that counts.
Right, as we can see, the ship is about to pass the crash path 8. We are getting closer and closer. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but we are definitely on point. We have used 25% of our hydrogen reserves. Fine, we're only using light. So there shouldn't be much more. Everything is going according to plan for the moment. We are aimed above final endpoint. Good. I should probably consider turning off anything I don't need on things. I can actually see where I'm supposed to aim, which is the end. That's directly over the crash point of the ship.
So many things here. I love it.
Crash. Ah, there it is. Aim just above that so that we don't actually impact the existing ship. Don't want it. Coming in, they should be able to see our beacon as of now. Assuming that I'm
Interstellar.
actually on.
You know what?
Nope, it's currently off. Oh, that's a Discord.
I'm going to get on the Adria, is it called? I'm just going to sit on with it on the Adria.
The beacon, for some reason, not pulsing. That's okay. I don't have time to fix it now.
Get footprints on
We'll just leave it on.
Cargo space.
I will go radio silent again, so please just enjoy the Discord chatter.
I do like the expansions to the Adria. Is it? It looks like it's an expansion of the old one. I like the use of the neons as handrails.
Nope, the ship was.
Well, they have discovered me. They're currently looking up information pertaining to me. Sorry, I've actually loaded
What is that?
stream on my iPad as well, so that I can actually watch it too.
16 clicks away.
They are looking for information on me because they're not 100% going on.
We'll know if
There's an IFF failure in the server list.
How long has that been?
It's been there all day, and I'm trying to pull up its to see if it's a actual account.
Oops, sorry. Exiting.
Nothing's coming up. I even looked up recent players. That doesn't. It doesn't even show up in the recent players list.
To make sure that we are heading for the right area. Aimed perfectly at the spot that we don't want to. Go. We don't need to gun the engines at all. We are down to 49% on hydrogen. When we did the test run, we were much lower on fuel because we didn't start the whole tank, so we're doing okay.
We'll know if you go over by your own base and drop a bomb.
Glebe.
Yeah.
Right, and now I'm going radio silent completely. We picked up a RNA saberfish vessel directly in our flight path. Hopefully that doesn't cause any issues for us.
I wish I had redemption.
The guns are off. Everything is off. Shall see what happens. We are aimed just above where we need to be to allow for the, well, to allow for everything.
Jam, as soon as we're able to, we need to get the station operational.
Alright, radio silent from this point on completely. There will be no more voice from me until the end of the video. It'll just be the server, sorry, the communities Discord chat.
Let's just say it was a
Thank you all for joining in. There will be behind the scenes for the upcoming season in Gleeb's community server. Aside from that, I'm finished. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's broken 10 clicks now.
At this point in time, redemption is inoperable, to say the least.
Is the Adria moving? Phoenix was red.
The Zioa was red.
Yeah, the Zioa did want to murder us pretty bad.
Well, it wasn't messed by the purge.
7 clicks.
Is Phoenix on?
Five clicks.
I'm gonna dock to the Adria to top off my fuel, just in case. This thing ain't very fuel efficient.
It's not loaded fuel just yet.
What are we seeing?
I built bricks.
I don't build cheese wedges, I beg your pardon.
Oh shit, that is huge.
Well, it's not Ahab huge, come on.
I mean, I don't know. Look at how big it looks at this distance.
We have standard for huge.
All
It's not phallic,
spaceships
it's
are part of phallic.
It's cheese wedge. I thought we established that.
No. Cheese wedge from the side, from underneath the
The interior's been burned. That's bigger than redemption.
Interior. No special
saving fish. Come away from it, just in case.
And no discussion.
It looks like. Oh shit! What was that?
What was
What was that? Doing something. Came from inside.
Came from inside the house.
That's a lot of explosives.
Going down.